All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into something pretty interesting. These internal company announcements, sometimes they can be super revealing, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You can glean a lot from what companies choose to highlight and how they frame things.
Exactly. And the one we're looking at today is from U Health Group. It's a memo, actually, dated December 1st, 2022, sent out by Troy McQuadge. And it's all about a transition for one of their top people, a guy named Gary Miller.
Sounds like a pretty big deal based on what you're saying.
Yeah, it is. And what we're trying to figure out is what this move really means.
Yeah,
You know, reading between the lines a bit, using the information they gave their employees.
makes sense. So what's the gist of this announcement? Is Gary Miller leaving the company?
Well, that's the thing. Right off the bat, you see, it's not a goodbye. He's stepping back from his role as regional sales leader.
Mm.
That's happening on January 27th, 2023. But the memo makes it very clear that he's staying with USHA, just shifting his focus.
Interesting. So stepping back but not out completely. What's he going to be doing instead?
Well, they say he's going to concentrate on personal production, which I'm guessing means focusing more on his own sales activities. And they also mentioned he wants to dedicate more time to his family, his wife Cindy, his church and music.
Okay, so a bit of a change of pace, but still involved with the company. This memo makes it sound like he's been there a while.
Oh yeah, they definitely play up his history with USHA. They actually call him an early pioneer,
Hmm.
which is pretty cool. And get this, he joined way back in 2009 when they were just starting out. Their words, just starting. That's a pretty long time to be with a company, especially in sales.
That's quite a tenure. He must held some pretty important positions over the years.
Absolutely. They mentioned he was a division sales leader before taking on the regional sales leader role. And it wasn't just about titles either. They highlight some pretty significant achievements, like winning the 2017 Phoenix Award for Division Sales Leader of the Year.
That's impressive, and I'm guessing he was promoted to regional sales leader shortly after.
You got it right in 2018. And get this, over his career there. He's generated over $308 million in submitted AV.
Wow, 308 million. That's huge.
What does AV stand for, by the way?
Good question. I think it probably stands for annualized value, which is a common way in the insurance world to represent the total yearly premium value of all the policies sold.
Makes sense. So basically, he's sold a lot of insurance. But there's another number that really jumps out at me from this memo. It says he had less than one Department of Insurance complaint for every 1,000 applications.
I know, right? That is remarkably low, especially in an industry that sometimes gets a bad rap for aggressive sales tactics.
Yeah, for sure. It makes you wonder what his secret was. The memo directly links this low complaint rate to Miller's commitment to what they call doing things the right way. They even say that this approach was crucial in attracting the right buyer for the company.
The right buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Now that you mention it, that does make you think about the kind of culture he fostered within his sales teams. If he was that focused on ethical practices and customer satisfaction, it must have had a ripple effect.
Totally. And here's where things get even more fascinating. They talk about his instrumental role in USHA's shift to online insurance sales. They actually use the word revolutionized when describing his impact on expanding the market for their agents.
Yeah, that's a key part of the story. It's not just about Gary Miller's individual success. It's about how he helped transform the way USHA does business. This move to online sales, that's a game changer.
Huge game changer. And the memo gives us a sense of just how big a shift it was. They say that today, more than 95% of their sales are done virtually. That's incredible to think about.
It really is. And they're giving Miller a ton of credit for making that happen. It makes you realize how much influence one person can have, to be a driving force behind such a fundamental change in a company's strategy.
Absolutely. It's a testament to his vision and leadership. So when you look at the big picture, this announcement is much more than just a job title change. It's about acknowledging the career of someone who has been deeply involved in USHA's growth and played a key role in shaping their business model.
Exactly. They clearly wanted to emphasize his contributions and impact. They used the word undeniable when describing his effect on the company. And it's pretty clear they value his ongoing connection to the company, even though he's stepping back from a leadership role.
Yeah, they mentioned looking forward to continuing their relationship with him and his family, both personally and professionally. That speaks volumes about the respect they have for him.
For sure. So for those of you listening to this deep dive, what we've uncovered here is the story of a remarkable individual within a company that underwent a major transformation. It's about more than just one guy's career. It's about the impact of joining an organization early on, achieving significant success, and then being a key driver in a huge strategic shift, like moving to online sales.
And doing all of that while maintaining a focus on compliance and ethical practices, which is reflected in that incredibly low complaint rate. It's a powerful example of how individual dedication can shape a company's trajectory.
Absolutely. And it makes you think about the ripple effects these kinds of individuals have,
Hmm.
not just within their company, but potentially on the entire industry. It's something to ponder, right? How do these dedicated individuals influence the landscape around them? That's something I'm going to be thinking about for a while.
Me too. Definitely food for thought.
All right, that's it for our deep dive today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.